I understand the next call is a split call between 5 minutes with Labour and 5 minutes with the Green. I'll ring a bell with 1 minute to go. The Honourable Ngai Mahuta.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker, ka tāpiri atu aku mihi I waihotia ki a koutou, Ngati Makino, Ngai Tamanuhiri, I tau mai nei ki roto I tō whare, ki te whakarongi nei kōrero I tēnei pōno reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Treaty settlements are more than an academic exercise. It's about passion and the history of people and trying to seek redress for past wrongs. I want to acknowledge that this is the first reading opportunity for the bills from Ngai Tamanuhiri and Ngati Makino to come to the House so the substance of the investigations on these bills will in fact occur in the Select Committee, which is right. But it's important to note that in the innovation of hearing treaty settlements over this period of time, and I came into Parliament when the first lot of treaty settlements started to come to this House, we as Members of Parliament have started to improve processes around the processing of treaty settlements because by and large, if the purpose of Brendan Horan's speech was to highlight that the nation that we seek to create is one built strongly on biculturalism, and the national anthem is in Māori and English, then treaty settlements is an important part of creating a sense of nationhood and identity and addressing the historical wrongs as a strong pillar of what Aotearoa New Zealand should stand for. It's a country where those rights of tangata whenua are recognised, where the hurts of the past are addressed, but able to get over that particular hurdle, the next generation can look forward and move forward with confidence. And it is no easy feat to reach this part of a treaty settlement. So my comments by and large are to both Ngati Makino and Ngai Tamanuhiri. Sometimes people wonder why are we coming to the House to hear the first reading speech when everybody seems to be saying the same thing again and again and again in 10 different ways. But let me give you 3 good reasons why the Select Committee process is an important process. Firstly, it ensures the intent of your deed aligns to how the legislation actually reads. And as you all know, Mr Speaker, sometimes the devil is in the detail. So it's really important for the scrutiny at the Select Committee for members to look at what was intended in the deed and how the legislation reads to ensure that it lines up. That's the first thing. The second thing is the broader aspect of educating our country. And members of Parliament hold, in some sense, a microcosm of the view of our communities from where we come from, and then we can inform our communities about what is happening through the treaty settlement process, allay fears, but also present new opportunities for people to learn about histories that are not easily found in the history books. The third part of the Select Committee process, which is often a critical part but the most difficult to challenge and change, is for Members of Parliament to put greater scrutiny on the way in which the Crown or the government acts, and that is through its offices of OTS when it deals with Māori. Now, it's very difficult to challenge the way in which OTS often engages through the negotiation process, but it is an opportunity for Members of Parliament to put a fine lens on issues that are highlighted to them at the Select Committee process to ensure that people are treated fairly in the way that they seek to negotiate redress for their treaty settlements. So those are but 3 reasons why the Select Committee process and bringing your bills to the House is a necessary, if not absolutely important task of achieving treaty settlements. Mr Speaker, I will reserve my comments on the substance of these 2 bills if I get the opportunity to speak to the third readings. But I want to acknowledge those people who have passed, both from Makino and Tamanuhiri, those people who have carried the flame of your treaty settlement claim to this point, those kaumātua of now who hold the flame so that the next generation can continue to tell the story that must be told to ensure that the most important clause of both your bills, and that is section 4, this Act binds the Crown. And for as long as this Act binds the Crown, then it is inherent on every Member of Parliament who accedes to your treaty settlement that it must be implemented in the manner for which it was intended, and that's to uphold the deed in your treaty settlement. Nō reira, I raro e rā kupu poto, kua whakarāpo poto aku nei kōrero ki a koutou. Tēnā koutou katoa.
Mr Speaker.
Which one's this one? I call